Hi Sagittarius, welcome back. Those of you who are new, excuse me, welcome to the Blue Star Energy Tarot with Cindy. I'm glad you're here. Today we're working on the energies for November. The energy, I did an energy video. I haven't put it up yet. It's a little long, but what I could say to you that it felt like a cracking open. It feels like a release, if you will, like that bubble's getting popped. Kind of apropos, given what's happening here in the States. Only thing I could say to you, my understanding, I like that card, that's coming out as I'm speaking about this energy. Only thing I could say, Sagittarius, is whatever transpires in the month of November for you and the collective, don't get caught up in the collective chaos. Don't get caught up in other people's shit, as they say. Stay within yourself. Stay within whatever comfort zone you can be and stay focused on home, hearth, you know, your center. Try to maintain a balanced state, you know, because this month can be triggering, and the goal is we don't want to get in that trigger state. Okay, so we're doing 4 cards for you today. Your first card is the Star. Second card is the Ten of Wands, speaking about not getting triggered. I love how tarot works. The next card is the Queen of Coins in reverse. Yeah, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Coins in reverse. And your last card is the Queen of Wands. Feels pretty powerful, Sagittarius. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. First thing I thought, Ace of Cups, a rebirth. And seeing how I have that in my mind, I have for crying out loud. Let me try to revamp. Speaking of that rebirth, looking at this star now really has a different meaning, because the star is a major arcana card that follows the Tower. The Tower is that Plutonian energy of deconstruction, of something breaking down, something that well, the Tower also has Mercury with it, and Mercury is about learning. Mercury is about understanding that Pluto energy of destruction, why something crumbled, and applying it. And that's that star energy. Aquarius, having that, well, first of all, it's a water sign, having that deep understanding, perhaps why something needed to change. Perhaps it's something that well, something that you knew needed to change, it didn't, but something transpired that kind of forced you into it. But I don't want to narrow this just to that. This is you, Sagittarius, being in a place with this Star card of hope, of finding your balance, if you will, with whatever was torn down, with whatever needed reconstructing, with whatever those emotions that are attached to it, this is you finding that hope, finding that gem, and understanding that whatever was lost was not for you. That you are currently working on healing, regrowing, reorganizing. But the Star card really does emphasize that you're bringing forward more of yourself into the picture in your journey. Does that make sense? We see here a woman pouring 2 water jugs into a star. She has a crown upon her head. The water that's flowing out of these jugs is a rainbow. They contain the rainbow colors. This is you, Sagittarius, finding yourself, perhaps finding your joy, your peace, finding an aspect of yourself intellectually and applying it. That you are not a total sum of the material world. You are the total sum of your mind, body, soul. Your happiness is not found in a particular material thing. It is found within you, and you allow that flow to bring you in a position of elevation, joy even. Being that there's a lot of water, water represents, for the star, an awareness. It represents our subconscious. She's on the surface of it. There may very well be something a little deeper for you to understand, because the next card is the moon, the unconscious, the unknown, the unveiling. There may very well be some more information for you to receive as you move along that continuum of the major arcana of the journey of your life. The next card we have here is the Ten of Wands in reverse. That is you, Sagittarius. That is you stepping forward. And the mere fact, excuse the noise, I work outside. The mere fact that it's in the reverse perhaps says to me that you're trying to move in a direction of healing versus being stuck in whatever that tower moment was, trying to understand yourself, trying to understand the circumstances, those structures that were around you that were torn down. Perhaps you're trying to work your way to that point, because it does feel like you're in a bit of a transition, a bit of contemplation. The next card we have, and the fact that it's a 10 means that you're at the precipice of closing something out, gaining something. That crown on her head, gaining the information regarding your experience and moving it forward. We have the Queen of Coins. That's you as well, but it's upside down. This is the earthly aspect of you, Sagittarius, because I think Sagittarius, there's a bit of earth in you. This is you in the reverse, wondering, 1 second please. She's looking at the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a badass. It's a fiery aspect. She's bold. She is highly intuitive. Maybe the Queen of Coins, who's generally resourceful, who knows how to take what she has and grows it so that there can be additional resources. But she's looking at this Queen of Wands and she's questioning her inner self. Perhaps you're taking a deep dive. Perhaps you're questioning the direction. She's your guide. She's my guide, but I look at it as you following your intuition. Perhaps you're wondering something about your intuition telling you to go in a particular direction. And then, of course, we have the Ace of Cups with that, which I went over. Let's go ahead and draw some clarifiers here. I'm picking up something here, Sagittarius, that you wish you had paid attention to your intuition. And I'm wondering, Sagittarius, that tower we spoke about, did you have some type of instinct about it? Do let me know. All right, let's get some clarifiers. What do we have? A clarifier for the star, please? Thank you. We have the Six of Swords. Ooh, these two just popped out. The Empress and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Can I get 2 cards for the Ten of Wands in reverse, please? We have the Emperor. And the Eight of Cups. Well, what do we have for the Queen of Coins, please, in reverse? Six of Pentacles. And the King of Wands. And what do we have for the Queen of Wands, please? Seven of Swords in reverse. And the King of Pentacles in reverse. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. Wow. You know, there seems to be this play on Sagittarius looking at what coulda, shoulda, woulda. That's what I'm getting. Let's take a look. Let's take a dive. It's looking like you looking at the guidance that was given to you through your intuition, or from anywhere, actually. Or maybe it's turning the coin and saying, I'm going to trust my gut the next time. I'm going to trust that. We have, excuse me, the Star. It's clarified by the Six of Swords, the Empress, and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Six of Swords speaks about being in a state of conflict. It's the next card after the Five of Swords here. 5 of Swords on the bottom. Let's talk about that. Here we have a young man who on the table has what looks like a pin cushion or a cupcake. You use your own discernment. There's a bunch of pins in there. And he's looking at a jar, and inside this jar is a butterfly or a moth, a winged creature. And the jar is covered, so he has this creature captured. Having those pins on that table, one can assume that there's a devious act happening, that he's going to open that jar and put pins to this creature. But we don't know. He's looking at it. He's contemplating. He's weighing out choices. And that disturbs me. That gives me a sense of uneasiness, because I am who I am. I love creature medicine. There is something that created a conflicting mind, some deviance even, contained within your circumstance, Sagittarius. It's in the reverse, which says to me that this is directly related to that tower. And look what's underneath. The tower in reverse. I absolutely love tarot. Yeah. There is something about that tower that you experienced that you're trying to release. And that's reflected here in the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords, what you see are 6 swords embedded in the ground, perhaps in the water. And you see this woman on this flying creature, a bird, and she's flying over some pretty chaotic water. Something devious, something that went against the grain of who you are, that was engaged in. 1 second, please. Sorry about that, Sagittarius. My puppy dog wanted to come outside. There was something that transpired that really didn't sit right with you. Something that didn't sit right intellectually with you and caused emotions to rumble. You did not like it. The 6 of Swords speaks of moving away from chaos into calm waters, removing yourself away from it. So, you know, to obtain the star energy, to be in this position of hope, is to release those mental faculties. Excuse the noise, I work outside. Is to separate yourself and to understand your mental faculties. I don't think I said that right, but I'm going to continue. We have the Empress in reverse. This is in the upright. It speaks of manifestation, creating. Bringing to light all the elements so that one can step into creating something for themselves. But it's in the reverse. This is not creative. This is not giving birth to something. This, to me, takes away from manifestation. Seven of Cups in the reverse speaks of opportunity. In the upright, it speaks of confusion. Speaks of not having the ability to understand a particular situation. But it's in the reverse. So perhaps there was an endeavor that you took on. You thought it was an opportunity, when in fact it created such a great disturbance for you. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. It's clarified by the Emperor and the Eight of Cups. The Emperor is somebody who is a master, who is strong. In fact, he follows the Empress. I'm picking up something along the line of mother-father. I don't know what that's about. Take it or leave it. Use your own discernment. But this Emperor here, he's sitting there calmly. He has the ability to take whatever comes at him and use his discernment. Decide whether he will act or not. The Eight of Cups is walking away from a situation, albeit people, emotions, people who don't lift you up. I feel like this card speaks of you moving away from this thought process of some type of thing that transpired, perhaps with a female, someone who was supposed to be a creator, somebody who was supposed to be nurturing, or a situation where you stepped into something that wasn't in the up and up. This is about you releasing that, using your discernment, understanding the consequences of your actions, understanding that as you move forward in the continuum of the major arcana, you gain better insights regarding what transpired prior. And then we have the Queen of Coins in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the King of Wands in reverse. You know, interesting, I keep picking up a family situation. I don't know, you know, there's a lot of royalty. You know, we have a king, we have an emperor, we have an empress, we have two queens. This feels to me like a family situation that transpired. And there were people who weren't in the up and up. I mean, I'm not trying to do like clickbait here with tarot, but I'm really pulling that in. And it feels to me that whatever it that transpired, your gut told you don't get involved. But you did, and the consequences were big. We all make mistakes. We all, I mean, that's the human experience, right? How do we learn? We learn through challenges, difficulties. There is a lot of fire on here, but that's you, Sagittarius, right? And there's Earth. It's like this dual aspect of you, right? This Six of Pentacles is the aspect of exchange, give and take, give and take. Perhaps it's your nature, right? You're part Sagittarius, you're part Earth, and you're part fire. There's a earthly aspect to you. One second. Sorry about that. There's a dual aspect here, right? Perhaps it's yours, the masculine and the feminine. But maybe that's what this is about. You diving into those internal urges of being nurturing versus taking action. On one hand, to give to others, to share, to extend yourself to others is a beautiful thing. The question is, what do you get in exchange when you do that? Is it nurturing? And perhaps that's a question for yourself moving forward. When you engage in something, ask yourself, what is it that you're going to gain? Are there expectations? The next card we have here is the Queen of Wands, and it's clarified by the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Seven of Swords speaks of, in the upright, deceit. In the upright, it speaks of deceit. Not that you were deceitful, so I'm certainly not saying that, but this is somebody moving in the darkness, isn't able to see. Perhaps you didn't realize the outcome. Perhaps you didn't realize the potential, the effects on whoever this other person was in the action that you took. What I find interesting is that we have here the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. We also have here the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Coins. I get the sense that this is like urges, wanting to move in a particular direction, but maybe not doing it. Or doing it and not having a good outcome. This really speaks of looking within yourself, trusting your gut instinct in the future, understanding that the truth will be your truth is your truth. It is about how you work with those internal urges, if you will, to understand the give and take of it, to ask yourself those questions. If I do X, Y, and Z, what will transpire? What are the potentials? And if I do X, Y, and Z, will it nurture me? Will it give me that something new? Interesting reading. I don't know what you're doing or have done, or what is really going on. But it's really quite interesting. Let's see what we get here. We got the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Cups in reverse, which I really like, actually, because we have it in the upright here. This shows that to walk away, to look, let me show you, in the upright, it speaks of walking away from emotions, situations, people who don't lift you up. But look, he's looking at the moon. This is Saturn and Pisces. This card speaks of looking deep within yourself to understand what is not for you, to leave it behind. What you think holds you up, Saturn, to look within yourself to see whether it truly does. And if it doesn't, to leave it behind. And that could be with people, situations, emotions. It's in the reverse, which I really like. It's the shadow card, which means your ability to walk away from whatever those emotions are, whatever the situation was, whatever the circumstances is, brings you to a place of wisdom. The potential. That is that crown, the Queen of Swords. You're not quite there because they're both in reverse. Maybe you've moved yourself away, but you still haven't found, or maybe you have found the information. Maybe you have brought it all into balance. Nope. Empress is still in reverse. You're still moving in that direction, Sagittarius, which is a beautiful thing. We have the Five of Swords, the Tower, and the Eight of Wands. And this really does speak to, here we have that Tower, which I spoke of, right? Because we're sitting with the Star card. Moving through that Tower energy is to take what you learn and move it forward successfully. And what you learn is there was some type of, I don't know, I want to say there was some mistrust in there for sure. There is deviance, there's shadiness, and I'm not trying to get some clickbait stuff here. There was something that wasn't right. You know it, you felt it, and you're trying to work your way through it. And then we have the Eight of Wands, and it seems to be that when you walk away from those situations, the emotions connected to it, it will move rather quickly through that. If you dive into, we have the High Priestess, if you dive into your own void, you will find something that will help you step out of this. Incredible reading. These two cards is the World card, the number 21. Trying to move forward and closing out a particular cycle. Move over it. The Eight of Wands also speaks of messages, emails, texts, phone, subconscious, intuition. There is something that will help you to get over and get past this cycle. I love it. Thanks, Sagittarius. Be well. Peace.